रचना आप म्यूट पे हो if you're saying something.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Hi. Hi, Lippy. Nice to see you. Good evening, Aarti. I'm sorry, my spellings are always a little here and there. I'm so sorry. It's Aarti. Hello. We'll wait 5 minutes, Navya, for
Yeah,
the
it
people
has
joining.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just take a few minutes. Infinity is a very powerful sign. Even I am very fascinated by it.
Yeah.
And the lotus.
So these two figures, lotus and infinity, are so closely integrated in our body also that sometimes we are not aware that these simple things even can heal our body. So it has a great deeper meaning if you connect to them. It's not about just a lotus flower related to so and so goddess and infinity, the symbol of universe. There is something connected to your body also, which brings a connection of both the things.
I connected more from a spiritual angle because lotus is a very strong symbol of, detachment and attachment. It grows in muck, yet
Yeah.
it remains, it keeps itself elevated from the dirt. And that's a very powerful, and the spiritual meaning is that. Spiritually, it does imply that. If everybody could come on video, it would be really good, Arti. And S. Sequera, I don't know what the first name is. I request you all to please come on video. Hi. Oh, Surekha, hi. Hi, Surekha. From the sunny beaches of Goa, right? Surekha, even for a little while, can you not come on the video? We could just take a look.
Krishna, I think we should start the
Yeah, I
session.
think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Arti. How are you? Why you fixed it? Good.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm good. How are you all?
Good, good. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sureka, you're there?
Hello, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sureka.
hi, good evening. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was having some issue because I had put my headphones on and the audio also is not working. So I just had to come out. I now I connected through my earphones. So can you all
Okay.
hear me clearly?
So you can hear us?
Yes,
Can
I
we
can
see
hear, but
you?
I'm sorry, my camera is not working on my laptop, so I would not be able to. Yes, that's what. So
Oh, no issues. You can, if you want, connect from your phone.
it doesn't work on my mobile
Okay. All right.
because I do not have Zoom installed
Hmm.
and memory is full.
Right.
I think that's
Okay.
a common thing with everyone.
Okay. So, just one request for you and Jasmine both, since you both are out of video. From
Okay.
time to time, please keep putting your hand up or
Oh yes,
using
definitely.
some smiley or something, so I'll know you're there.
Definitely. I hope there's no disturbance as I'm
No, no,
speaking
no. Your
because
voice is loud
the
and clear.
television is on in the background.
No, no, it's loud and clear.
All
I
right,
will,
thanks.
yeah, I will be on video in 5 minutes. You can start.
Not an issue, not an issue. So, well, Navya, I'm sure you'll keep getting people in. Is my recording on? Yes, it is on. Okay, right. So we'll start and we'll wait for others as they join in. Uh, so how did the challenges go for both of you, Arti and Surekha? Arti, I don't think so. You attempted many.
Yeah, actually, I joined after third challenge. You
Yeah.
did send me all the challenges on my DM, but yeah, the challenges were like it made me think a lot. Basically, many things we just take for granted most of the times, or maybe we don't think much about that. So yes, first few challenges I did not. Last three challenges I think I attempted. First four challenges I did not do.
What do you do, Arti?
I am a software engineer.
Okay, wonderful. And where are you based?
I'm based in Pune.
Pune. Okay.
Yeah.
How did it go for you, Surekha? The challenges?
Well, pretty good, I would say. It did open up because it focused on communication basically.
Yeah.
So it was pretty interesting because many a times we do, only talk, talk, talk and don't listen. So in a way we did, while as we did this daily thing which you gave us, the projects or whatever, we did understand that yes, listening is very important, communicating well is important. So you actually focused on that. And today's was really a brain tracker, as to what.
Yes.
It really
Because
got me thinking the whole day since morning. I'm thinking, what do I write? What do I write? It was really a brain tracker.
yeah,
So
and suddenly when we use the word creative, it becomes very heavy for us.
exactly, very, very true. So I was thinking of something creative itself, and the example which you gave was really good. It
Uh-huh.
really, yes, it was really good. And I was thinking something on that line, but I couldn't just think of anything, as such. But finally, okay, I did get something. So it was pretty
Usually,
good
I
overall.
don't give an example for this one. But in my last challenges, I found people don't really understand what a caption is. And,
True.
I got stories and paragraphs and stuff like that. So I thought I should be very specific. Anyways,
True.
just give me a moment to share the screen. Uh, Navya, can you please enable screen sharing for me? Okay. Meanwhile, Lippy, can you introduce yourself to these two girls?
So, hi everyone. My name is Lippy, and by profession, I am a coach and wellness purpose coach. I deal with the modalities of numerology, tarot, and healing with the many modalities, including Reiki, Lama Fera, and Magical awakening. Switch words. Yeah.
What about you, Navya?
Hi everyone, I am Nabhya and I work with teenagers and young adults. I believe that that's where the generation start. That's where we can actually make the changes because they're open to listening to us. Not much these days with what I'm working with, but yeah.
So you'll wonder what other two coaches, and even Jasmine is a coach, by the way, she'll introduce when she's back. What are they doing? We are all part of a community of coaches, and we have a fantastic support group where we keep learning and we keep improving ourselves. So should we get on with the masterclass today? Surekha, Aarti, ready?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So I want to start first with briefly discussing the challenges, the ones you attempted and the ones you miss out, but you could at least understand. See, the first day we had this communication loop, which I had already discussed in the induction program, but I'll explain it again. So it was designed, or it is designed to give you an understanding of what communication actually entails. We take it as a group word, right? Communication is just one word, right? But it has so many facets which we don't try to see, but we need them in our day-to-day life, whether it is in a professional arena or the personal arena, right? So this was designed to get a rating where you stand, right? And a deeper meaning to this challenge was that unless and until you bring a balance in all the facets of communication, you will not become an effective communicator, right? So very often we focus only on one. I find a lot of people, they focus only on language, they focus only on speaking, or they focus only on writing skills, and they do not pay attention to the other aspects of communication, right? The second day was find your gold. So this was about asking you, what are your top 3 skills in communication skills? Now that you could identify that there are different aspects to communication, which is my strength. So where do I get the gold? Where do I get the silver? And where do I get the bronze? And how many years have I been using this? And where? Right? So here I could see a lot of people gave me the years, but the examples could have been a little more descriptive. In fact, it would have given a better insight. So again, here the challenge was designed to give you an understanding of what are you good at and where are you using it. So is your current role, your current area of work fully giving you the scope to utilize your skills, right? And that was the skill Olympics. The next one was, okay, now I have identified what my strengths are. How can I upgrade myself? And the only way I can upgrade is by increasing his impact. So can I use it in the right arena? Can I use it in the right way? And can I maximize its, its potential so that, my impact increases? So how can I 10x my value? So my 10x value will come when I'm able to, maximize my skill. The example I had given here was of Kapil Sharma, which is a very classic one, right? So his basic skill set remains the same, but how he is using it over a period of time. He started as a stand-up comedian. Today he's a producer. See, the number of people he's influencing has increased drastically. And when that has increased, his value has also increased. The next one was, who's my role model? Now, when you identified your role models, you also identified your aspirations. You also identified what are the specific, aspects of communication that you value. What is your understanding of it? How are they integrated in your value system? Right? So whoever you chose as your role model, actually something that you would also like to be. Right or wrong, Sureka?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, right. So the next was the blunder awards. Very important for us to face our failures, right? Because unless and until we come face to face with where we are going wrong, we do not get a chance to right that wrong. Very often we brush it under the carpet, we develop complexes about it. And for many, it becomes a lifelong, what shall I say, a scary thing. And many times we do not attempt things in our life because we allow this blunder to, or this instance to hold us back. Whereas all we need to do is accept it, learn from it, and move ahead. So this was one opportunity to give you an insight into, okay, what are the areas where you think you need to improve yourself? And these are the weak links which you need to strengthen. This was an activity to, again, like as Sureka said in the beginning, we don't really look at listening as a very critical skill. And when you must have done this activity, invariably listening gets a low score. Right? Because we concentrate so much on talking, we concentrate so much on writing. Talking is the first favorite, right? Reading also, but actually in communication, listening is most important, right? And nowadays, I mean, with the social media as a challenge, we listen to reels and we listen to stuff, but then what is the quality is also a question. So what is it that we are really feeding our brain? And the last day challenge was, of course, what you had already said. It was just to creativity in communication is very, very important. Many times, see, one golden rule of communication is it's not what you say, but it's how you say it. And sometimes very delicate things, difficult things, if they are creatively put across, they can create a massive impact. I mean, the whole advertising and branding industry is hooked on this, right? Isn't it? Yes, Arti? Your sound is very low.
Yes, yes.
Right. So, and there was a little bit of fun also. I wanted you all to have a little bit of a, brain twister. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, right? Okay. So now let's get into the Empower Her program, right? I have a question for both of you. Right? Even the Navya and Lippy can also answer. Okay. Aarti and Sureka, I'm sure you both want to be happy. Yes? No?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Sureka?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. What about successful? You want to be successful?
Yes.
Yes? That was a very strong yes from Sureka. Right? Yes, Aarti. Okay. What about both successful and happy?
Yes.
Yes?
Right.
Sureka?
Yes.
Successful and happy. In your experience, do they go together?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Can you explain?
See, happiness is not actually based on your success.
Okay.
So even if you're successful or not, happiness comes from within.
Okay.
It's not basically on your external. It's not on the external factors. That's what I feel.
Okay. So you're saying
So
it's more a mindset.
yes. If you
Okay.
choose to be happy with whatever you have,
Hmm.
in your mind, okay, you're prepared for even the worst, I would say. And that's important because you might have the whole world at your feet, but you might still not still be unhappy.
Still be unhappy. Okay. What about you, Aarti? What do you think?
I think both these terms are very relative to each person, basically. What is happiness and what is success for each person, the definition might be different, right? So I guess, yes, both the things can go together. We can achieve both the things. It's just up to us, I guess.
What both of you have shared is true, right? But there is another aspect to it also, right? So, like Surekha said, it's all about your attitude. If you're okay with whatever you have got, and it's how you look at it, isn't it? I want to share my story, right? And I had done this in the induction, but since both of you were not there, I'll go through it once more. So, I have been a coach and let's say in the working space for 3 decades. So I'm going to cover a journey of 3 decades. Don't get frightened. It's going to be very short, right? But I want to bring home a point. You know, see, when I started working in 1990. So I'm taking the first decade, right? I started my career as a teacher. And in its span of 10 years, I saw a lot of success in my professional area. I grew very fast from teaching middle school. I went into become teaching high school. I became supervisor for the secondary section. Then I was the administrative head. I was running 4 schools, 4 branches of the school. I was again working with the state board also as an examiner. English was my main subject, right? You know what? In this period, I found out I was successful, but I was not happy. And you know why I was not happy? Teaching was a very, I had taken up this as a choice, right? Now, both of them are out the video. Okay, so I don't know whether they are there or not.
I'm there.
Okay, right? So, teaching was a very conscious decision, right? So, and therefore I went into it because I had a passion, right? And I also discovered that I was good at it. And probably that was the reason why I could, within just a span of 10 years, I could achieve so much. But I was not very happy because I was working in a structured organization, following somebody else's vision, somebody else's, you know, principles and ethics, basically. And the way the education system was at that time in our, in our country, I thought we weren't really teaching students the life skills that they needed. It was very, very academic. So I was not very satisfied because I felt I was not really adding any value, right? So comes in the next decade of my life. I quit my job. I started my own academy of personality development, and we were doing business English. Then I started training students for IELTS and TOEFL. In fact, I was involved with overseas education, and I was very closely working with British and Canadian universities. My teaching also upgraded because now I started teaching MBA students. I was teaching them managerial communication in symbiosis. Then later, I took up a position as a branch head in their language institute, right? Which is a very well-known one. Eltis, since Aarti is in Pune, she knows it, right? So I was branch head for Symbiosis. I started training in corporates. I was doing management development plans. Now, this was the time. And then I also had my own HR consultancy, right? So I was working in organization development and taking up consultancy jobs, projects with different companies. This was a time I was very happy because I was doing something that I love doing. I could see I could add value, right? It was very challenging, uh, and it gave me immense happiness, but then it didn't bring a lot of money, right? So yes, I was happy, right? But I was not successful. Not successful in terms of not my reach, but if I look at it, I'm saying it purely in monetary. Paisa nahi aa raha, right? I moved on to Mumbai after that. In 2010, I shifted to Mumbai. All this happened in Nasik, by the way. 2010, I moved to Mumbai. I took up an assignment with a media and a brand management company, which was completely a new area for me. And I went into client servicing, into account handling. I got an understanding of how corporate communication works, of how branding works, how advertising world works, how creativity works. And communication was my role was very important because I had to understand the vision and values of my client and then get it translated into a visual medium, into a visual message, right? Which really honed my understanding of communication and my understanding of creativity, right? Somewhere in between, I became very spiritually inclined. This was happening gradually over a period of time. But I lost my mother in 2014. I'd already lost my father, and I'm not married, so I was all alone. I have no siblings either. And I decided that I've had enough of working. I wanted to explore spirituality. I wanted to get a deeper understanding of life, of what is the purpose in my life. And so I entered into an ashram. But there also I had to work because nothing comes free, right? So I understood another aspect. I understood how NGOs are managed, how trust-run organizations are managed. I was actually administrating the whole temple. So that gave me a different understanding of, and what I understood over there was, service leadership, the concept of service leadership. And then after 7 years of being in an ashram, I stepped out again and I took up a position as head HR in a manufacturing plant. It was a steel plant and we had 500 plus people. That was my last assignment, right? Now here, this was a period of tremendous self-growth. I found myself, I found meaning in my life, and I could understand where I wanted to go. And with this new understanding, I decided to take my next big leap, right? I decided to live my passion. And I realized my passion was coaching. So from 2020 onwards, this is what I'm doing the last 4 years, right? I launched my program in 2022, right? And I have coached more than 50 students now on a one-to-one basis. Developed a leadership coaching plan, and it's my mission that I should help at least 1 lakh professionals to become leaders. Right? And my definition of leadership is leaders are those who create more leaders. Right? So this is, this is where I understood success and happiness can go together, provided you're doing what you really want to do. You are integrated with your value system, with your vision, and with your purpose in life, right? And that is a very critical area. So I have a question to ask you guys. What are you seeking in this masterclass? Who goes first? Very briefly, just in a sentence. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be anything very profound, Aarti. Surekha, you want to take a go while she's thinking?
Well, what I'm seeking, or rather what I was seeking, that actually I just wanted to gain more confidence, basically.
Okay,
That is what I was
fair
actually
enough.
seeking,
Fair enough.
because
More
the word
confidence.
empower was there, and
Okay.
that is what got me into registering myself for this course.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah, so I just wanted to get empowered. Basically, I wanted to know that which direction I'm heading in and what I'm doing is right and how I can better myself.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So that's
Great.
it.
Aarti?
Yes, basically, I can say same. Improving on communication, that is what is confidence. I'm not sure. In general, communication I'm talking about, it's not only professional, uh, 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 in personal life as well. Basically, how to.
Do you identify yourself as a little bit of an introvert person?
Yes, I am very much introvert person.
They are the best communicators. Contrary to popular
I
belief.
guess we are the best listeners than
That is why.
communicators.
That is precisely why.
But giving the feedback, like I was not there from the day one, but when I see this day one challenge, that effective communication loop, so I feel that I am lacking in giving the proper feedback, maybe. So how can I improve in that? And yeah, confidence is up and down. Sometimes it goes,
That
it is
happens. That
quite good.
happens to everyone.
Sometimes it is not. So yeah, that depends on what I am talking about. But yes, mainly
Okay.
communication, communicating properly. I mean, to the point, maybe be confident, and yeah, that's what basically.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, there are three types of participants. What I have seen over a period of all my coaching journey and my training experience. The first type are, prisoners. किसी ने बोला है तो करो. This usually happens in, when you have trainings at your workplace, right? Where you have to go because the HR says you have to go, you have to complete these many trainings, isn't it? Sureka?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, that happens. Or somebody says, do it, it's good for you, and you really, chalo dekhte hain, you can't say no, so you say chalo, right? The others are vacationers. Oh, it's a free masterclass. I have some time. Chalo, out of curiosity, dekh lete hain, right? And they will stay because, they're having a little bit of fun. When the questions start becoming a little difficult or the content is a little more, complicated, they leave or they'll quit. The third type are learners who are very clear what they want in life. They are seeking a specific goal. They're seeking something very concrete. They want to make an impact. And they have a very clear goal in front of them. They may not know how to achieve it. They may have some confusion there. They may not see the path very clearly, but they know where to go. Right? So they are clear with their destination. Now, why is this important? Why am I calling them the learners? Because the fact of life is that unless and until you know your why, you will never get anything. Right? Neither success nor happiness. But if my why is clear to me, okay, why I want to be here, right? So I would urge you to further dig deeper and understand why you are wanting to be part of this program or any program for that. right? So that clarity is there. So if you know your why, things will happen. See, when we start our professional journey, you started as a fresher. Yes, Aarti? And you must have got your job based on your academic credentials, your technical knowledge, right? Whatever training or internship you must have done, right? Surekha?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what happens is when you join as a fresher, you perform. You are told what to do. You don't have to apply your brains. You are told what to do and you do it, right? Now, your growth happens based on your performance. It's also a period of learning. You understand responsibility. And over a period of time, you're able to 3x your value. Yeah. Another 10, 15 years, you become experienced. Right? Now, as an experienced person, you are bringing out results. You have mastered a skill and a process, right? You are given targets. You are, you're required to manage the resources given to you. Your technical expertise increases. Your domain knowledge increases, right? Now, based on this, you create outcomes. And your growth also depends on the outcomes you create. This is how the organization evaluates you. So what becomes important is your competency, the role and the designation that you are in, right? And again here, based on your outcomes, you are able to 5x your values. Now the next stage comes those of leaders, the professionals, right? The top management, the senior management. Now here your competency is proven. You no longer have to prove your competency. You're capable of taking independent responsibility and you are given those. Now you set goals for the organization and for the departments. You become part of a decision-making machinery, the strategy-making machinery. And the most critical area of your work is people management. Right? Here you don't have to worry about your technical knowledge. Now what happens is, what do you create here? Here you create profits for the organization. And your growth is directly related to how much you profit or benefit the organization. Right or wrong? Right. So your growth is directly linked to that. Now, how do you create this? You create this by the impact you make in the organization, the influence you have, right? Impact and influence. Can you tell me what do you mean by that? Anyone of you? How many people know you and how many people follow you? How many people listen to you? How many people are you able to, influence to change their opinion, their mind? Right? That is the meaning of impact and influence. Right? Authority. Now, what do we mean by authority? Authority, I'm not talking about power. I'm talking about what is the level of your expertise. Are you considered an expert in your area? Right? Now, when you're able to create this impact, influence, and authority, this is where you 10x your value. Right? Now, the journey from pressure to experienced is very organic. It happens over a period of time. Right? But this journey from experience to leadership, a lot of people get lost over here or they get stuck over here. and they spend the rest of their life just going from one role to another designation. Now here, if you have a coach or a mentor, is very, very important, who can show you how to expedite this journey, who can actually show you the path. Okay, what are the goals you need to set? And how do you achieve those goals? Right? So, another truth is I cannot take a bigger leap with what I have. This is the mistake most professionals make. Oh, experience, I'm getting experience, I'm getting experience. It's not enough. What you need is constant upgradation. Unless and until you upscale yourself. And what do you need to upscale? You need to upscale your knowledge, your skill, and most important, your impact. Right? So unless this happens, this leap is not possible. This journey becomes very, very difficult. What, according to you, is that one factor that determines your success? Surekha?
Your
What do you
attitude.
think is most vital ingredient?
Your attitude, positive attitude.
Okay. What do you think, Karthik?
Yeah, attitude matters, confidence,
Attitude, confidence.
knowledge.
I'm sorry to disappoint you guys. Only one thing is important that brings you success. Tell me,
Communication.
have you taken any risk in the last 6 to 12 months? Aarti is very vehemently saying no. What about you, Surekha? I can't see you. So
No risks.
no risk. No risk. So, okay, have you done something that is a little uncomfortable, which has brought you out a little from your comfort zone?
No, nothing as such.
Nothing as such, right? Do you think success will come? Right? So the most important ingredient, it's a universal law, guys. If you risk nothing, then you risk everything. Now, risk, whenever we use the word risk, we always think of money. Can you guys be back on video? It's very airy. Yeah, thank you, Aarti. Right? Right or wrong? The minute we say risk, the first thing that comes is, "Arey, paisa to nahi lagega." We think in terms of material and things of terms of money, finance, security. But we have to risk, take the risk. Oh, hi, Dharmesh, welcome.
Welcome, madam.
Yeah. So we have to learn to risk our comfort also. Right? I was sharing my life journey. I have done so many different things. Risk is something I'm very comfortable with. Right? The last decision that I took of quitting my job as a head HR was when I was 57. People don't do that easily. 57 people think of retiring. They say, nahi, nahi, security hai, ye hai. In fact, I was advised, what are you doing? Today at 60, I'm working at being an entrepreneur, a coach. It's a tough journey. Right? But unless I do that, success is not going to come to me. I can very easily put my hands up and say, ho gaya. Abhi ho gaya, life ho gaya, 60 done, I'm done. but I can still see another 15, 20 years ahead. And I'm ready to risk anything for that, right? So, see, unless you learn to come out of your comfort zone. So today, yes, you all have come with an aspiration to work on your confidence, to work on your, your communication, your empowerment. But that's not going to happen unless you do something that is different than what you're doing now. So 3 things are very important. One, I need to know why I need to do it. Second, I need to know that I have to upgrade myself. And third is, I have to risk. Now, this risk may be of time, it may be of money, it may be of effort. But without taking that risk, you will not get an opportunity. You will not be able to create bigger goals and bigger impact. See, it's very simple. I'm sorry, I missed something out. Yeah, right? Now, as professionals, I'm sure you know this, right? Are you not using these skills every day in your workplace? Yes, Aarti? What about you, Dharmesh?
Yes, we are using
Relationships, collaboration, facilitation, strategy. And the more you want to climb higher, the more critical these roles are. And it's not talking about your technical knowledge. Now, you know, the wonderful thing about these very critical skills is they are hinged on communication. They're not possible without communication. If you have to build relationships, you have to learn to get people to collaborate with you. If you have to facilitate the people around you, your team, if you have to develop strategy and popularize it or motivate people, is it possible without communicating it to people? No. Therefore, communication becomes a very critical, vital skill for leadership. Right? In fact, 5 top-rated managerial skills, 4 are in communication. Oral communication, listening skill, written communication, and presentation skills. These are key leadership skills. Right? Now, like I was explaining, people in the experienced bracket who are aspiring professionals wanting to move to the higher levels, to the higher management, they face typical challenges. Can you tell some, Aarti? Anything coming to your mind? Surekha?
Maybe they do not have certain technical knowledge, or they've not done a specific course.
Technical knowledge comes to you only up to a point, Surekha. After that, it is, not so important. See, as you rise up the ladder in any organization, or even if you are a self-employed person, right? Technical knowledge is something you can get anywhere, and your experience gives you that. But what is more important is people. And, aspiring professionals have these typical issues. They lack visibility in the organization. They become one in the crowd. They do not know how to build relations with people who matter, people who are the decision makers. And I'm saying good, healthy relationships. I'm not talking about low people. People always say this, "Arey, wo to kya hai, chamchagiri karne se ho jata." No, it's not about that. And there is no need to do that. You can be very authentic, very genuine in building relationships and connections with people. In fact, that is the only thing that takes you up. You don't know how to transfer your ideas in a group setting, or many people are comfortable talking one-to-one. But in group settings, meetings. They are unable to establish their authority. They're unable to, they have a lot of knowledge, but they don't know how to showcase it in the right place at the right time with the right people. They find they have difficult working relationship because they can't gain collaboration because the listening is not very good. They cannot manage conflicts, and therefore challenging situations become a challenge for them. Their non-verbal communication is weak, and which does not portray their confidence. And our non-verbal communication is a very quiet giveaway. If the words that I'm speaking and my expression and my posture are not in sync, people are not going to listen to your words. They're going to observe your body. They're going to observe your non-verbal signals and go by that. Right? People struggle with misunderstandings because they don't know what kind of people they are working with. Everybody has a different communication style. I'm sure you have worked through different bosses, right? Arti, Dharmesh, Sureka?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, right? ऐसा क्यों होता है? एक बॉस के साथ तो बहुत अच्छा जम जाता है, दूसरा वाला बड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. क्योंकि दोनों बहुत अलग हैं. आपका एक कम्युनिकेशन स्टाइल है, you have a communication style. A has another style and B has another style. And if you do not understand how to adapt yourself to that, how to mold yourself, how to deal with this guy. For an example, you may have a boss who's very easygoing, and is not very particular about, things and easygoing character. उसके साथ तो चल जा रहा है. लेकिन दूसरा बॉस आया, you go with him with something and he'll say, your formatting is bad. You can't do this, you can't do that. With one boss, you sit and talk about family, you talk about movies, you talk about all those things, it's okay. But this other guy, the minute you start talking, sir, or ghar mein sab theek hai, how's your family, what's it? He'll give you a look like mind your own business. And you feel, oh my God, he's so cold, he's so unapproachable. They're just two different people. You have to understand what is their style and adapt your style accordingly so that there are less misunderstandings. How do I create my credibility and influence over people so that I can build a rapport with them? Right? And the saddest part is, you know what? We never seek feedback. What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? What do I need to improve? Criticism, self-criticism comes faster, but self-analysis comes difficult. And even if it is there, we are not ready to accept, oh, this is where I have to do. This is where I have to. I tried through the challenges giving you a little taste of that. Oh, acha, it gave, all these things are there in communication. How many of you thought about that? Oh, I never realized. It made you think, right? So this program is called Good to Great. Why it is called Good to Great? Because you're able to communicate even now, isn't it? Yes, you're managing, but you're not bringing great results. Right? So this is that one step which will take you from good to great. Right? See, very briefly, I'll just explain the curriculum. See, these are the topics. It's an 8-week program. Right? and we talk about the first two sessions are about self-discovery, where we understand values, beliefs, we fix goals. Then we understand how perception is important in communication and what are the barriers that we face while communicating with others. Listening is another very important area. Misunderstandings, what creates misunderstandings and how I can overcome that. This gives you a better understanding of reading people. And if you can read people, you can give them what they want. And when you give them what they want, they will do what you want. Simple rule? Yes? Yeah, that is the simple rule of life. Then we talk about ladder of inference. This is about how assumptions and beliefs play a role in our decision making, how we jump to conclusions, how feedback and constructive criticism can be used, how to manage.
Curriculum is not visible, ma'am.
Is it not? I'm so sorry. Thank you, Lippy. I'll just share it. Yeah. Right? Yeah, can you see now? Yeah, thank you. Right? So like I said, these are the sessions, right? So we work on conflict management, on workplace communication. We understand different communication styles. There are two ways of looking at it. One is personality based, one is behavior based. And it is more about being assertive. And then crucial conversations and power of dialogue is another very critical area where you learn to have risky conversations, which have a very big impact, and meetings, etc. I'll just stop this for a moment and go back to the. I had asked you all to keep a paper ready. Surekha, Aarti, are you there?
Yes.
Yeah, one foolscap paper.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
Yes.
No, I do not have. I'm sorry, I forgot about it.
Any notebook around you?
Yes, I do have.
Okay. Can you choose a page?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Just give me a moment. Right, so even I have one here, right? We'll do a small activity. You take this paper, right, and fold it from the middle so that you have two portions ready. If you're putting it on a notebook, just draw a line in the center. Done? Line is drawn. Dharmesh, can you come on video, please? Now, on one column, right, put N, capital N, put a dash and say N communicator. And on the other side of the column, write K communicator. Yes? Right? So there are two types of communicators. एक होता है N communicator, and Aarti, you're okay with Hindi? Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
fine.
N communicator and a K communicator. We'll see what they are when we complete the activity. Communication has certain aspects. We have been discussing them so far, right? Just a moment, please. Yeah. So one very important aspect of communication is connection, building connections. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Now, जो N communicator है, this guy is able to establish a connection, but he doesn't create an impact. Forgettable. Have you come across such people? याद नहीं रहते. On the other hand, there are people whom you remember even if you have met them once. They make an impression on you. Have you had this experience, Dharmesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, right. So write connection in the center like this, and on N communicator, write down no impact. And on K communicator, write strong impact. And why does this happen? Because meaningful connections. The second point is messages. What you talk. So the N communicator is able to convey the message effectively, but it doesn't move people into action. बात लोग सुन तो लेते हैं लेकिन काम नहीं करते. आपने जो बोला वो करते नहीं है. Right? So you can convey the message, but no action. बट जो दूसरे साइड का कम्युनिकेटर है, के कम्युनिकेटर, वो इतना इम्पैक्ट से मैसेजिंग करता है, कन्वे करता है, दैट पीपल आर इंस्पायर्ड टू गेट इनटू एक्शन. राइट? सो देयर इन दैट कॉलम, राइट, इंस्पायर्स, एक्शन, मोटिवेट्स. The third aspect of communication is listening. The N communicator listens actively. He will listen to people, but he doesn't have too much of empathy. So he doesn't understand the people. So N communicator के नीचे लिखो listens but no empathy, no understanding. जो K communicator है, उसका listening is with empathy. So this is listen with empathy and understand people well. ये लोग जो है ना, जो नहीं बोला है वो भी समझ लेते हैं, जिसको हम कहते हैं रीडिंग बिटवीन द लाइन्स. राइट? दे आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड even those things that are not said. The next point that comes is, sorry, just a minute. Influence. The next aspect of communication is influence, creating influence. Now an N communicator can influence, लेकिन उसका influence का limit बहुत छोटा है. Right? Whereas the K communicator will influence with a very high degree of impact. He will do it with charisma, with logic, and he uses emotional intelligence to influence people while communicating with them. Right? And the next thing is action. The N communicator, उसको आप feedback देंगे, he will listen to the feedback, will make some improvement which is, you know, necessary for that moment, and that is it. And because of that, उसका growth भी incremental होता है. वो phases में रूटीन में जो है वो होता रहेगा. But the K communicator will actively go and seek feedback. And he will continuously, he or she will keep asking, okay, what should I need to improve more? Where am I lacking? What do I need to learn more? What do I need to improve more? And therefore, the K communicator is always in a mode of continuous improvement, which makes the growth of such a person very dynamic. Now, the critical question. What is this N communicator and K communicator? ये N का क्या value है? कुछ पता है? Anybody wants to hazard a guess? Arti? N communicator and K communicator. Dharmesh?
Negative communicator.
Negative? No. नेगेटिव कहाँ है? बेचारा कर तो रहा है, लिसन भी करता है, मैसेज भी करता है, सब तो करता है. He is doing everything. Sureka, want to hazard a guess? Hi Rekha, welcome.
N for negative?
No, not negative.
I know. But what could it be?
अच्छा, let me tell you. N communicator ना सिर्फ नाम का communicator. वो जितना चाहिए उतना ही करेगा. Right? लेकिन जो K communicator है, वो क्या है? वो काम का communicator है. इन्फ्लुएंस, इम्पैक्ट और अथॉरिटी वहां पे एस्टैब्लिश होती है. नाम के कम्युनिकेटर नहीं कर पाता. उसके लिए आपको काम का कम्युनिकेटर बनना पड़ेगा. अब आप बताइए, विच साइड ऑफ द लाइन आर यू इन? हाउ मच ऑफ योर कम्युनिकेशन इन योर डे टू डे पर्सनल और प्रोफेशनल लाइफ इज नाम का कम्युनिकेशन, or are you really working at being a calm communicator? I'll leave you to think about that. Right? So the aim is to become a calm communicator, where I make meaningful connections, where I'm able to inspire, motivate, and lead people, where I can get them into action, where I can listen to people with empathy, understand them, understand their perspectives without being judgmental, where I can influence people with my charisma, which automatically or ultimately is going to result in my growth, which is a dynamic growth, where I don't wait for the organization to decide क्या अच्छा चलो अभी 5 साल बाद एक इंक्रीमेंट तो आ जाएगा, या फिर आपका हर अप्रेजल के बाद परसेंटेज डिसाइडेड है. Where you can actively go and seek growth and say, look, this is what I'm delivering, this is what I deserve. Wouldn't you like to be in a position like that? Right. So the curriculum that I shared with you is designed to put you on the path of being a calm communicator. Right. So it's an 8-week program, like I said before. Right. And these are some of my students who have already completed this course. You can see they come from diverse industries, right? So some of their you can actually read the testimonials on my LinkedIn page, right? So the program, like I said, is an 8-week program. There will be 2 sessions twice a week, preferably on the weekend. All the recordings of the sessions will be available. Worksheets, material, whatever is there will be shared with you, right? Any questions coming to your mind? Hello? I think Aarti has stepped out. No, she's there. Yeah. Any questions so far? Surekha?
No, none.
Okay. Aarti? Right. So the fees for this program is 35,000, right? The time commitment, like I said, will be a Saturday, Sunday, right? And I have the sessions will be from 3 to 5 p.m., right? This batch is going to roll out on 30th of March. So you have time to complete your enrollment by 29th of March. Now, if you have any questions, I would be very happy if you can drop me a line. I'll give you a call and we can have a detailed discussion on what really are your goals and how this program can help you. Right? You can note down my number. You already have it actually. I've shared it in the challenge. Right? On completing the program, you will also get a certificate of completion, which will be again an added benefit, right? Yeah, so this kind of completes my masterclass for today. Any questions? Hi, Jasmine. Surekha, Aarti, any questions you have, anything you want a clarification on? You can give it a thought. And I have already shared my number. I would love to get on a
Rachna,
chat.
I have a one question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm interrupting.
Not a problem.
See, देखो हम सब लोग working professionals हैं, ठीक है? So I have a question on behalf of working professionals की communication जैसे आप बोल रहे हो, this is a course of 8 weeks and after 8 weeks how it will help me? मेरे अंदर क्या क्या changes आ सकते हैं? If I do personally, what I will get benefited?
तो पहली चीज है आप नाम से के कम्युनिकेटर से काम के कम्युनिकेटर बन जाओगे 100% बन जाओगे तुरंत नहीं होगा 8 weeks is a curriculum that is going to give you the guidelines
Okay.
right now there is a direct correlation आप उसमें effort कितना डालते हो आप उसमें अपनी इन्वॉल्वमेंट कितना डालते हो अगर आप सिर्फ एक कोर्स लेते हो कि हाँ आई फिनिश दिस कोर्स मेरे को एक सर्टिफिकेट मिल गया नाउ आई कैन गो एंड शो इट टू माय एचआर that's not going to happen because people will want to see it happening before their eyes which means putting those principles into practice now they don't come overnight
Okay.
they will happen over a period of time so the curriculum is for 8 weeks but the coach remains with you for a longer time.
Okay. And if I want to like have a coaching from you on a मतलब
This
not
is
on just on this closed version जो हम कह रहे हैं आप स्ट्रक्चर कह रहे हो I want to improve myself तो मेरे को minimum कितना time as per you I need to invest on communication 6 months 4 months how much minimum time I need to invest
see anything for it to a lot of your communication जब हम बोलते हैं तो बहुत सारी चीजें पहला तो है to develop an awareness and understanding which is what the curriculum is going to do for you right the curriculum is also going to give you certain guidelines on how to change or improve in areas that you think are critical, which we identify, right? Once we get into that mode. Now, how much practice you put into it. Because it's not something you don't take a pill and say, okay, I'm done. That will come with mindfulness, that will come with very conscious effort. Usme failure bhi aayega, but you will have to keep on going. So the first thing is getting the awareness. So this is, I would say, a level 1 program. Once you get the understanding of how communication is helping you, it builds into a bigger program of Leadership Plus, which I don't want to talk about today, but I can, because it's better to go step by step. Where you understand how do I integrate these skills into my leadership journey. Fair enough? बट
Yes,
टाइम
it's
स्पैन
fair enough.
बोलेंगे तो देखो ह्यूमन नेचर है, कोई भी हैबिट को वापस अनलर्न करके रीलर्न करने को आपको टाइम तो लगता है, राइट? सो आई वुड सेफली से हाँ 3 से 6 महीना तो लगता है आराम से. See,
Thank you so much for
transformation is never immediate. Even a caterpillar takes time to become a butterfly, right? And it has to go through a painful process. It has to shed so many things. It has to change its form. And that is not going to happen overnight. It will take time. But it will also, what is more important is it will take effort. And there is a direct correlation. The integrity of your effort will decide the result. Yeah. Any other question?
No, thank you so much.
Right, Dharmesh, you have any question?
No, ma'am.
Okay, great. So then, thank you, all of you, for being part of the challenge. And thank you for your patient hearing. Right?
Ma'am, I just wanted to understand the day-to-day challenge which we have participated. From that, anything you would want to give us feedback?
You missed the beginning. You didn't log in at the right time. I finished discussing
That's
that.
what. Yeah. Because I was that point of time I was just traveling, and within 10 to 15 minutes I reached home. I saw your message, so
I wouldn't like to waste other people's time going over it all over
no issue.
again.
We'll discuss later. No issue.
We'll discuss it.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Yeah. Any questions? Surekha has already left, I think. Yeah.
No question.
Thank you. Good night.
very much.
Thank you, Aarti. Thank you, Dharmesh. Thank you, Lippi, Navya, Rekha. Thank you so much. Thank you,
It
Dharmesh.
was
Thanks,
wonderful
thanks.
session.
Thank you. You can log out.
रायवरती नावेली परीक्षा झाली ते काही